Staples Center is where they play. They take an L after L every day. But have no fear. They have Kawhi in playoff P and all these people saying the Clippers are a championship team. But then the Nuggets pulled up and they were up to no good. Jokic and Murray came and messed up the neighborhood. Everyone is shocked. Yo, this is the championship team. Yo, what happened to the Clippers? They just blew a 3-1 lead. All these fans are mad. Eyes filled with tears. Steve Ballmer, get Doc Rivers the hell up out of here. But this choke job, this made my day. The Los Angeles Clippers, the real bums of LA. Now, we did tell you that this team was bummy. Now, a lot of you are acting like real dummies. The Clippers can't the Clippers can't escape this miserable past. I'm Trevor. He's Juan, and this is the Sports Dynasty Podcast.
That wasn't bad at all. That was you?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Wrote that in my lunch break.
That was impressive. It's a nightmare before Christmas. I said wow. I'm speechless.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I'm not taking this out.
Nope, not at all.
It was only one take, by the way. That was my first time hearing that. I had no idea he had that. That was awesome.
Yes.
But lightly clap because I don't want it to pick up that. No, you don't got to clap. I'll clap for you.
Thank you.
That was amazing.
But before we get started on our rant
just because that he did that, we deserve likes and shares and everything. Just for that. That was impressive.
YouTube, Spotify, iHeartradio, Google Play Radio, Stitcher Radio, at Podcast Dynasty on Twitter. We're on Facebook. We got the Facebook group going on. It's been going crazy since last night. Woo, that was great. We're on Instagram as well. And we have a website.
That's probably because of me.
Sports Dynasty Podcast.
I'm gonna put it now.
Hey yo, why you dancing for, man? What happened?
Ooh. Those Clippers, though. I'm sorry. I thought Battle of LA. Oh wait, that's not gonna happen now, is it? Oh, they choked. Choke. Sorry. Damn, I can't imitate them. They're gone. I wonder if now's the time to say that Trevor and I told you so. We told you so. And you will hear lots of that in tomorrow's episode of Sports Dynasty. Goodbye. But the difference, I'm not going anywhere. But they go home.
Yeah, on Twitter. Sports Dynasty Podcast on Twitter. And we have on website, sportsdynastypodcast.com. Make sure you subscribe to the website so you get all the content.
I mean, I'm fixing it up, but yeah.
Make sure be fixing it up too. Now, wait all day to do this.
Yeah, so what I was talking about earlier, like 50 seconds ago, it was what I did last night, right after the game. It was magic. Mm-hmm. If you're part of the group, or if you just follow me anywhere, you saw it.
Yeah, that was amazing.
It was amazing. Some of my best moves. Anyway, yeah. You can go ahead now.
Yes. Today, we had two games last night. We had one very, very good game between the Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics.
Amazing.
Great game. We lost. We can talk about that later. But I'm not even mad.
I only saw the overtime.
But I'm not even mad.
Which is the best part. But
I'm not even mad too much because what happened after the fact.
Made up for it.
Just made up for it because it gave us so much bulletin material. Because unfortunately, the Los Angeles Clippers did not. Let me finish.
I'm sorry.
Unfortunately, EMTs could not perform the Heimlich fast enough to get the Clippers, our lives. So they have been eliminated from the postseason. And as much as I want to be sad about that, but guess what? That was that one.
Okay.
The Clippers, two of the most overrated teams in the NBA postseason bubble are finally gone. The Clippers. Oh, the Clippers are going to win the championship. The Clippers have Kawhi. The Clippers have Paul George. They have playoff P. They have stripper-loving Lou Williams. They have Reggie Jackson. They got wannabe tough guy Marcus Morris Sr.
Paul George is stripper lover too.
Yeah.
Even though he's passed.
Yeah, we'll get to that another time. You know what I'm saying? We have Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers, the coach. We have Zubac. Yo, man, this is a great team, man. Collective amount of talent, man. They were definitely beating the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals. Yeah, they were definitely beating Milwaukee or anybody in the East. This was a championship team. Everyone, the media said when they signed Kawhi from the Lakers, and when they traded,
he bamboozled OKC into trading him
to get Paul George into the building. You have the super team to go against LeBron and AD. For the Battle of LA, the Battle of the Western Conference, and the battle for NBA supremacy. But the Clippers will not be able to live that today because you suck! You're overrated, you're garbage. Where do I begin? But yeah, I want to address the elephant in the room. Doc Rivers. As everybody know, I am a Celtics fan. I was only allowed to see one championship, the 08 championship. I was allowed to see that, and I was very happy. And though, as a Celtics fan, I appreciated Doc Rivers for that championship and for everything that happened there. But can we be honest? Can we accept the fact that Doc Rivers is an overrated head coach? He's not terrible. He's good. But he isn't one of those elite head coaches. Let me tell you something right now. When he was in Boston, the big 3 year from 08 to 13, six straight playoff appearances, made the playoff the finals twice, right? First, when they won, he coached a 66-win team that struggled in the postseason, went 7 games with a 37-win Atlanta team, but y'all won with a slide. Didn't win a road game. You lost every single road game in Atlanta. Then you played against LeBron in Cleveland, lost every single road game in Cleveland, but you managed to bounce back and win. Horrible fourth quarter team, by the way, but that's they had the very, very deep and everything. Defensive team, very deep, but they were horrible in the fourth quarter. You go to the Pistons, you lose the second game on the road, which then everyone's going crazy. Said, "Oh, they lost the second home game in Boston. Oh man, they were undefeated on the home. Then what are they gonna do? You managed to get past Detroit, and then you go to the Lakers in the finals because Kobe doesn't have Andrew Bynum. KG is able to pretty much take advantage of that, and they won the championship. That was 2008. Then the injuries went along over the years, and in 2010 you got the rematch in 2010 where you were 15 minutes away from winning your second championship. But what happened there?
3-2.
You're up 3-2, by the way. Got completely blown out in Game 6. Kobe Bryant just went bananas on your guys.
As expected. Kobe doesn't bend over.
Game 7 in LA, up 13 in the fourth quarter. What we gotta do is hold on. When Kobe goes bananas, and we don't have Kendrick Perkins, so now you have Rasheed Wallace playing the center in the game. And then so he fouls out. Now we're on demand in the 5, and Kobe goes ballistic, and they win the championship.
Ron Artest with a clutch 3.
Of course. So that's 2 finals appearances, 1 championship. Ever since then, they get older. Just haven't been able to, make it past this since. So then, when they trade KG and Paul Pierce to the Brooklyn Nets, you're like, oh damn, we're rebuilding again. I don't know if I can be coaching with this rebuild team. So you're one of the first coaches in NBA history to ask for a trade. I looked this up, and this is true. Ask for a trade. Go to the Clippers, whoever had a stacked team. You had CP3, you had Jordan, you had Blake Griffin. A stacked West team that was very exciting to watch. Hey, I don't want to be beneath myself and coach a bum Boston team who's rebuilding. Who wants to do all that? So you go to the Clippers. You go to the Clippers, make playoffs almost every other year. first round, second round. You know, just not good enough to get past the elite Western team like San Antonio at the time, or Oklahoma State at the time, or Golden State at the time. But that was a little bit later.
Mind you, when he got there, Golden State was yet.
Not yet, at least. They were.
Mind you,
they were
the class of the Western Conference, but with the two teams he said. Just notice that he said Golden State right after that. Just keep that in mind for a reason.
So after that, they're going up the uprise. Boston is still trying to find their way down. They hire Brad Stevens, and then 3 years later, they're in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Eastern Conference Finals 3 years later. And in that span, I think it was 2015. 3-1 against.
Yes, it was.
Yes, 3-1.
The year Golden State surpassed them and went 67 and 15.
3-1 against the Oklahoma City Thunder. All you had to do is win one game. And this is when they scored 7 points in 45 seconds to win the game. Oh no, I probably should do that. That was 2-2. Oh my God, what happened? There was 3-1, right? That was 3-2. Oh no, what happened? And you could continue to choke again and again.
They benched their star player,
yes.
And you lose to the bench warmers of the Houston Rockets. Yeah, yes. That happened.
That happened too, yeah. Mm-hmm. And you haven't made it past the second round since. You know, it's pretty sad that, you went through having a racist owner, and you were the GM, the de facto GM, like you were Bill Belichick, like you've done anything. But you got that one championship. You know what? You got the cachet. That was your cachet there, right? Then you get Kawhi. Then you get Kawhi Leonard, who happened to hijack the Lakers' chances of signing him, and you happened to get him. And he finessed you. And this is Steve Ballmer too. Steve Ballmer, you're not on the hook to this, sir. And you allowed them to bring Paul George into the mix. It only took you 4 first round picks. And
some of your young talent and Shea Alexander and
what's
overrated Gallinari.
Yeah. What's the future for you guys? We want to win now.
Okay.
We want to win now. So now that Kawhi, who's the king of load management, which we're gonna get into that in a second. Load management, there's no cohesiveness. He's taking games off, whatever he wants to do.
Load management.
Yeah, he wants to, take games off, whatever. There's no cohesiveness there. But yet they're still better than the Lakers, though. They're still going to go to the finals, though. Whatever. Then the pandemic happens. Everyone's in the bubble. All these months trying to figure out what happens season or not, and they come back to this bubble. You say, all right, yep, we're going to get back where we started. We're going to win the table, go to the championship. Let's go. Let's do this. You play against the Dallas Mavericks, a very good Dallas Mavericks team. And, there were some mishaps with the referees and this dumb, stupid things that went your way. And, the fact of the matter is that, that Porzingis got hurt. So, you got lucky. You happened to,
You had to play him about 2 games. And then Luka had a sprained ankle the entire series.
Yeah. So you went well with him. She said, all right, we won the 6th game. Oh, at that point, I had already given up on y'all anyway. I never had faith in y'all anyway. But I was letting people know they're trash. Yo, but how they trash and they advanced? How we trash and we advanced?
Context is everything.
Absolutely. So you play against Denver, who barely...
Denver just went through a 7-game series against the Utah Jazz. Grueling one. Clippers, if I'm not mistaken, finished their series, on a Sunday or Monday, something like that, around there. It was before that Game 7. Mm-hmm. They finished their Game 7 on Tuesday. I remember on a Tuesday, and they had to play 2 days later. Or it was on a Wednesday, they had to play 2 days later, one or the other. Because Jamal Murray, after winning that Game 7, went on an interview, and they told him, you get ready to play the Clippers, and it was on, it had to be on Tuesday when they won. And he was like, wait, we have to play on Thursday? And he had that look on his face like, oh my God, are you kidding me? I really had to play this early? They just went through a 7-game series, and Jamal Murray specifically put up 40 to 50 points 6 out of the 7 games. So he was dead tired. Mm-hmm. Just keep that. Remember what someone was talking about last night. So they were dead tired. I know, that's why I said it. So continue.
So yeah. So the Nuggets come in, they take the first game.
As expected, they beat the crap out of them.
Beat the crap out of them, and it's all good. It's what his first game and everything, right? Then you win the next 3 games. Just
Denver takes game 2, I believe.
no. Denver took game 1.
They lost game 1. They got beat up.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Denver took game 2.
I believe they took game 2.
You're right. Denver took game 2.
And the Clippers won the next 2 as expected.
So
we're all like, all right, it's over.
So you're about to go to your first Western Conference Finals in the history of your pathetic franchise.
All you gotta do is win one.
All you have to do is win one. You're up 20 points, by the way. Fourth quarter, All you gotta do is, hold on, keep doing what you're doing, and you'll be playing against the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals.
Yep.
Drop to game 5. Come back, take game 5. That's no big deal. It happens. It happens.
It's not like you're gonna do it again.
It's not like you're gonna do it again, right? Game 6, you're up 19 points. It's not a big deal. 19 points, fourth quarter. All you gotta do is play defense. Do you gotta do, and y'all be in the Western Conference Finals. Oh, you lost that game too, huh? And then we see your pathetic look in your face, like you just quit.
Right after the end of game 6, we see the look on everyone.
And that right there is when I knew
it was over.
It was over. But then I knew that Kawhi was playing in the league, right? He's better than LeBron, right?
Apparently, yeah.
Better than KD, right?
2-time Finals MVP, won the MVP for
literally is the best Raptor of all time.
Right.
After 1 year,
yeah.
Surely he would completely just take game 7 and destroy the Nuggets and go to them. But that didn't happen either. They were up by 12 points at one point, right?
Yeah. Yes, they were.
Heading into the fourth quarter, I believe. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
No, third quarter, right? Or third
it was, I think, right before halftime.
Yeah.
But then it got close. So Denver cut it, and it was close to halftime.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Because that's when I really started watching.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get everything in context.
Yeah, then it was a competitive third quarter. And
then Jamal, and you might have to bleep this out. And then Jamal Murray said, "Yeah, I'm going to take your heart out your chest."
He said that from the beginning. He had 27, I think, in the first half. And so he was saying it from the beginning.
He took your heart out your chest and ate it in front of y'all.
Yep.
And they won game 7, and the Denver Nuggets are going to the Western Conference Finals. Now, you're probably wondering.
Won by 20.
They're probably wondering, what does that have to do with Doc Rivers? What does that have to do with Doc Rivers? Doc Rivers, the coach, he makes the plays and everything. But can we be honest with ourselves? Can we please stop giving Doc Rivers, especially our old Celtic fans, my old Celtic fans that I know, stop giving Doc Rivers the benefit of the doubt for something he did 12 years ago. You make it seem that Doc Rivers won 3 titles with the Celtics. 1 championship. We completely underachieved as a team during that 6-year span. We completely underachieved. But he won a championship though. Goes to the Clippers and has underachieved every single year given. Stop giving him a pass. The man should be fired. This man gave up a 3-1 lead 3 times in his career. No one can come close to that.
Twice with the Clippers.
And Steve Ballmer, you bought the team for $2 billion, whatever and everything, right? I know you want this team to be successful, but
you want this team to be its own, thing.
You want to be the Kings of LA, right? But how, if you have a coach that completely continues to spend your money, to get players, he took away your future. It's gone. If you don't win a championship in the next 2 years, they have an opt-out and they can leave after next year. So what happens when they leave? Dummy. Huh? Dummy, you have nobody, you have no future, no team. And Kawhi and Paul George can leave anywhere they want. But you'll still have Doc Rivers, right? Stop riding the coattails of 2008. Alright? Alright, it's annoying. Stop it. He's done nothing since then. Alright? Why does he get a pass? Why does he get a pass every single time he completely fails about it? And then you know what? And a lot of y'all go there saying about, there's not enough black coaches. There's not enough black coaches in the NBA. This black coach has many opportunities in the league. He's been coaching for almost 20 years already. And has underachieved every single time. Don't come to me with that crap talking about, he's a black head coach. Why do you want to get rid of black head coaches? That's not.
It has nothing to do with anything.
And do you notice that with this loss, completely screws Sam Cassell, Ty Lue of getting a head coaching job this year in the offseason? Completely screws it up. Why? Because of your incompetence. Doc Rivers should be fired. Steve Ballmer, the fact that he's still employed for you says a lot about you as an owner. That no matter who the owner is, you will always be an incompetent franchise. You will always be number 2 in LA.
The stepchild.
You will always be the stepchild. You will always be the Lakers bitch. Always. Okay? So, just give it up. I want to say more, but I'll go through it later. But the floor is yours, my friend.
Felt good?
I had to give it to Doc Rivers, man. Doc Rivers was really pissing me off today. But, the floor is yours, sir.
So I second all that. I have been talking about that man for years, telling everyone that he was overrated, but no one wants to listen to me. God forbid I'm right about something. It's not like people who watch the show for the last 100 and some odd episodes see how often right that I and he is. Mm-hmm. Another example, just like with Milwaukee. We didn't get to talk about that, have we? We'll get to that too. This is going to be a long episode, by the way, because we have too much. It's been 20 minutes already, and we only talked about one person. We got a lot of things. And to talk about Houston. This is going to be a glorious episode.
Oh, yes.
See, we got a lot of things to talk about. It's going to be a long episode.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
But it's well worth it.
Oh, it is well worth it. I'll have timestamps.
The rants.
And the things too, so you can see. It's going to be fun. All right. So, Doc Rivers is not the only choke job that's here. It's not just him.
No.
So, let's talk about another overrated fellow that I've also always tried to downgrade because people and their hype always brought him higher than he actually was. And that is everybody's favorite player in Kawhi Leonard.
Okay.
See, Kawhi Leonard is a beautiful basketball player, though.
Very.
Absolutely sensational. Great defensive player, great two-way player. Probably the best two-way player in the NBA today. However, the exploits that he's achieved, don't you think that there's a reason why all that happened? The finals MVPs, the constant winning, the fact that he's always in the contention for defensive player of the year. Mm-hmm. Don't you think that there's something behind all that? And people are going to always say it's because he's that good. I don't know. Because from what I've known, after him being traded from Indiana to the San Antonio Spurs on draft day in 12, 11? I don't remember which year. I think it was 11.
11, yeah, probably.
He's been in the San Antonio Spurs system, well-rounded system that always puts their players in the best position to succeed. Am I right?
That's
yes.
True. Absolutely.
No. Sound familiar? Mm-hmm. So, he went on to the finals in 2013 and choked away the game along with Ginobili missing those free throws to lose to LeBron James, which allowed Ray Allen to hit that shot. That happened. All right, so the next year they go on a tear and destroy everyone, and they wound up beating LeBron when he won his first Finals MVP. The defensive performance where LeBron averaged a triple-double and completely destroyed them. He was just by himself. People say Kawhi Leonard did a great job. I don't know where the hell that came from. He averaged triple-double, averaged 35 points, and was just clearly the Miami team were just on downhill. Dwayne Wade's knee was gone. Chris Bosh was an afterthought, and Ray Allen was 40. No one talks about that. The Miami Heat team was done. It was finished. Their cute 4-year run was over. But no, it was because Kawhi Leonard's that good. Okay, whatever. Sure. Mm-hmm. The following year, if I'm not mistaken, who did they lose to in the Golden State year? Was it the Clippers in round 1? No, I don't remember who they lost to. But they wind up losing and they go out quickly because it wasn't Golden State and it wasn't the Clippers or Rockets. They wound up losing round 1. Okay, whatever. The following year in 2016, I believe that was the year. That might have been the year they lost to the Clippers. Was that the year when Chris Paul hit him with the floater and Jay Clifford almost got tombstone?
I believe that was.
I think that was 2016. It is what it is. Then the following year, but no one talks about that stuff. Then the following year in 2017, he goes out a little early, but they still wind up being the Rockets anyway without him. Then he goes out the next round and, Zaza takes him out. It is what it is. But my point of all that is that he is in the San Antonio Spurs system where they still made the Western Conference Finals almost basically without him. He goes into this system where they don't need a specific player. So he was extra out there because the team was successful, again, with or without him. People saw he was the reason. Made the Western Conference Finals basically without him. But he's the reason why anything happens in San Antonio. Okay, whatever. The following year, he decides not to play anymore because he starts crying about his body, whatever. Okay, whatever. Okay. And then people are going to say, oh, that's the downfall of San Antonio Spurs. Not because Ginobili and Tony Parker and the whole entire core was old and decrepit. It's not because of that. It's because Kawhi Leonard didn't play. Okay, whatever. So he gets traded later on to the Toronto Raptors, who, if I'm not mistaken, were they not an Eastern Conference threat? Were they not?
Sports.
Did they not just make an Eastern Conference Finals once or twice before he was even there?
They did.
They did. But he's the one that makes them go because they get rid of Unclutch, DeMar DeRozan. They replace it with him, who knows how to close games, who's a good player. And they go in the finals and beat our injury-riddled Golden State, where Kevin Durant didn't even start the series, ripped his Achilles in the 5th game. Klay Thompson tore his ACL in Game 6, where he was destroying them almost by himself. And there was no other player to give outside Steph Curry where they implemented a boxing one high school defense because everybody else was that garbage. But it's because of Kawhi Leonard, who averaged 28 points, but he wasn't the best player in the team in that entire series. It was Kyle Lowry and Serge Ibaka who was absolutely obliterated. And Fred VanVleet, completely obliterated Golden State Warriors. If you watch that series, that 6-game series, who argue shouldn't went that far if they were that injured, but they still did.
But didn't they say that Kawhi is the Giannis killer? Giannis killer when they completely took him. He by himself took him out in the Eastern Conference Finals.
It wasn't Marcus
It
Gasol,
was Marcus Gasol
or Serge Ibaka who completely, did exactly what Miami did the year after. It wasn't that.
It wasn't that, nah.
It was Kawhi Leonard by himself.
But that's Kawhi Leonard right there. Mm-hmm. And then after the offseason,
after the offseason, he wins Finals MVP, Q, whatever. Didn't deserve it to me, but it is what it is. I thought it should have been to Kyle Lowry, Ibaka, like I said, but it is what it is. They go. And he decides to leave a perfect situation where the team was still the same exact team.
Basically 1 year deals left.
We're literally going to give him the keys to the kingdom, and I'm talking about Canada, not just the Raptors. Where he literally would have been on par or even more powerful than Drake himself. And he decides to go to LA and try to hijack Paul George from the Oklahoma City Thunder and start a team and go against LeBron. And he must be by himself and on his team. Okay, now. So we go into this year where they load manage all year long, and then the pandemic starts. Everything happens there. They start playing in late July, and they end up in this situation. People all want to talk about how deep the Clippers were defensively. They have all these stars, all this blah blah blah. This is the same Clippers team who went 6 with that Justice League Golden State team. All they missing was that star. They got 2 of them, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. As you continue to see in the bubble, that team wasn't as good as everybody said they were now, aren't they? Everybody's going to admit that.
Yes.
Unanimous.
Mm-hmm.
So, will this be the first time that Kawhi Leonard, because we just went off on Doc Rivers, so obviously the coaching is actually subpar too. Mind you, his coaches were Krip Popovich and Dick Nurse. Keep that in mind. 2, which coach of the years in their careers. Would you say this is the first time where he actually had a subpar team?
Yeah.
These team, very obvious, was not as good as that Toronto team from 2018 to 2019 season, and it's not as good as the organization as powerful as San Antonio Spurs.
I just think it's funny how people, say that Kawhi carried that Spurs team when he was there. He took the mantle and carried them. Did he really carry them?
No.
I like how he said that when he went to Toronto, he pretty much put them over the hump. Kyle Lowry.
They were winning 58 to 60 games.
Yeah, before he got there.
They just needed someone to not be unclutch, not to carry them, to stop throwing the games away that DeMar DeRozan were. That's what he was doing.
And then Kyle Lowry and the crew pretty much got gelled together. Nick Nurse came.
Again, there was a reason why they fired Dwayne Casey, again, who was winning 60 games with this team.
Before he got there. But that's another story.
But it's just Kawhi Leonard. That's what I'm saying.
It's Kawhi Leonard. Yeah. It's Kawhi
Okay.
Leonard. I think, especially for this season, especially with Kawhi and the Clippers as a whole, you know how people say that the regular season doesn't matter. Some teams don't care about the regular season. It's all about the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, but not everyone was LeBron James, actually. LeBron James can take off the postseason, the regular season.
The Warriors did that.
The Warriors can take the postseason, the regular season off and turn on postseason. You have not shown us that you can. You have not. You did not know. You have done nothing to say that you can.
And this is what is the problem. You guys are a completely new team, but yet you thought you were so damn good and so dominant that you can go ahead and take games off when you guys haven't gelled. You get the first month free because Paul George was unhealthy the first month. You got it. But once December and on, the next 3 months, who in God's name do you think y'all are to take games off and swear we'll get it together in the postseason? We'll get it together. We don't need to play against the regular season at all. What? What the have anyone has done? Let's take Kawhi Leonard's name out. What have the rest of the roster has done to think that they could do what the they want?
I don't know.
Who?
Nobody.
No one did anything in their entire careers to think that. So Kawhi needed to be there to gel because, as you guys all saw, they are a subpar team. Their team is not well together. Everyone has a certain flaw, more so than others. There are some decent individual defenders, and it's just two. It's just Paul George, Kawhi Leonard. Patrick Beverly is not a good defender.
He's not.
Overrated defender. He's just a Chihuahua pest. That's it. So stop it. Montrezl Harrell is just physical and big, not a good defender. There's a difference.
Which in this series, in this playoff run, he pretty much ruined any chance of him getting a max contract. Just ruined it. You got $1.6 million a year. You pretty much ruined it because where were you? And I know before as Kawhi, people say that Kawhi is the best player in the league. How?
You see it right here. Let's get to the best part of all this now. You thought all this was fine and dandy.
No.
So you guys went through the whole bubble and postseason pretty much straggling because you guys didn't know who the hell you were because you took the regular season for granted, like if y'all were defending champions. Only Kawhi Leonard was defending champions, not you other So who the hell said, Doc, that you can do this? So you guys struggled, you guys dragged yourself to the postseason, and then you go ahead. You barely beat, we just went through it, barely beat a Memphis team who had their star was hobbled and their second star was out. And the ref stole game one. Okay, now you go against this team who was dead tired, who just went through a 3-1 deficit and won it. Had to do it again, choking 3 double-digit leads. And your boy Kawhi Leonard went 6 for 22. In 7
to be found.
Game.
Lou Williams was still in the strip club.
Complete trash. Might as well not come back.
Not even come back.
Paul George won 4 for?
Oh, we need to get that.
I don't even remember. He was 10 points. I don't know what the hell is that. Who cares? Who cares?
But now we're talking about Paul George. You mentioned Paul George. I want to ask Paul George a question. You're probably not going to hear this, but I want to ask people who support the Clippers and Paul George. That you can say, oh, well, this season wasn't a championship or bust. What the did you say?
How is it possible that not just a grown man, a professional, competitive athlete were to say something so egregious and so pansy-like that you were really trying to say that to try to lessen the blow? Is that what the you're trying to do?
He said it. Yeah, he said it last year when my boy Dame Dollar shot that shot in his grill to send y'all punk asses home.
And you really going to say that punk ass shit? Really?
Oh,
really?
But that's not the worst thing they said.
Enough Dolphins. But
yeah,
like, really? How? There are bum ass teams that say they're gonna win a championship.
Yeah.
And they don't care. That's what you're supposed to say as a competitor.
What? And it's bad enough. The fact of the matter is that who do you think you are? You force your trade out of Indiana to go to Oklahoma City. Then when things go wrong over there, you force your way out of there too.
Mind you, in between that Oklahoma stint, you bamboozled the Lakers. Mm-hmm. If people don't remember that. He was going to go leave and sign with the Lakers, and then he just had a change of heart and decided to stay with Westbrook. Remember that. Mm-hmm. Remember that.
Yeah. So, I don't know why people give him a pass too. Playoff P, stop calling yourself that. It was cool in 2013 2020 is not. You're garbage. You're garbage. In the postseason, they just call you regular season P. You do pretty good regular season. Playoffs come, and when the lights get bright, it just gets too much for you. It's too much for you, and you can't handle it. And you know what, You know what, Paul George? Get up out of here. You're garbage. You're garbage. You're garbage. You're not built for this playoff. You're not built for it. Who do you think you are? And then, after the game, Mark Spears had put a tweet out.
I can't wait for this.
Put a tweet out saying that the reason why we lost was because we're so tired. We played like 38 minutes. We only had rotations of 30 minutes breaks in between.
2 things to say to that. Ready for this?
Yeah.
Remember what I told you guys earlier, 10 minutes ago, when I said that the Nuggets just came out of a 7-game series and only had 1 day to rest and prepare for Game 1 against the Clippers, while the Clippers handled or were given the business to finish the Mavericks at Game 6 and had at least 4 days to rest. But the team who didn't rest at all, literally played 2 to 3 straight weeks of basketball, beat you.
And it's going to the
So
Western
who the
Conference.
you think was more tired? So how is that an excuse? Second of all, you guys are tired, huh? I wonder if you guys aren't in shape because you like to take games off.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and let's go back to Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers. This man was off. He played Paul George 38 minutes, 40 minutes. He was off his rockers. Doc Rivers said, "Oh, he's not in shape. He's not in shape." Oh, if he's not in shape, why is he in the game? Huh, Doc Rivers? See how dumb you sound right now? It really hot, stupid like that really pisses me off. This playoff P. He's supposed to be ready. He's not in shape. He's not in shape. That means he wasn't in shape in the postseason for the last 7 years. So that's horrible. Listen, that's no excuse. I would have fired Doc Rivers just for saying stupid like that. Paul George, I already see this happening right now. They're not winning a championship. This collective group of talent is not going to win.
No.
And now it's looking more and more that the Oklahoma City Thunder finessed you in that trade. Even though you finessed them, even though they say you finessed them, no. They won that trade. You're the losers yet again. And I love it.
And you know why they finessed you even more? Kawhi and Paul George are going to go bye-bye after next year.
Yeah.
Therefore, you guys are going to suck. And guess who has your first round picks who are going to be in the lottery? Oklahoma City will have your lottery picks that would have given you someone to look forward to. But since you stupid asses decided to trade your entire next 5 years.
You just gave the Oklahoma City Thunder their next generation of players and to possibly be a formidable Western Conference opponent while you fall back to the cellar where you belong.
Mm-hmm.
Where you belong.
Mm-hmm.
The Clippers, the red, white, and blue, those Clippers, the rebrand, you guys are a pathetic excuse of a team ran by idiots. Steve Ballmer may be rich and intelligent for what he did outside, but as a basketball owner, he sucks. And Jerry West, I can't even blame this on him. Jerry West is just a consultant, whatever.
No, he just whiffed.
He
whiffed. It's all right because you succeeded with the Warriors and you whiffed with them. So
I'm gonna give you a pass because of what you've done in other franchises. I'm not gonna disrespect you, but this is bad. This is bad. This doesn't make you look too bad, but it does make you look bad. But you can bounce back from it. But this is, if they don't win the championship next year, which they won't, it's done.
It's their last chance. Next year's your last chance. And next year is your last chance, Doc, to save your legacy.
What legacy? What legacy?
He has a small legacy.
Small. Listen, he's been riding the coattails of that 2008 championship. He's the only coach to blow 3-3-1 leads. You know how embarrassing unclutched that is?
Yeah, well, you got.
How many game sevens you've lost in your career?
It's time. You got one chance to fix it. You got one shot, and do not miss your chance to blow.
We literally
don't do it.
Been going
next
off
year
on these Clippers for 40 minutes.
Yeah, for 40 minutes. They deserve it. So yeah, Kawhi Leonard, that took a big legacy drop too, because now we are under the impression that you can't lead.
He can't lead. He hasn't proven us that he can. When?
So
I ask you all listening to this, when has he given us and put it in the Facebook or whatever? When has he have given? How many he shown you that he can lead a team? Never.
he's been taking care of his entire career up until this year. And it's the first time he has some adversity in his career, and he folded.
And you know what's crazy about the Clippers?
I've been saying that for years about him. No one listened to me.
The Clippers pulled a Pittsburgh Steeler in 2016 when they were constantly worrying about the New England Patriots.
17.
No, 16.
17.
No,
when they lost to the Jacksonville Jaguars and they looked past them, that was 17.
Yes,
16,
right.
they weren't shit. We just did.
I'm talking about 16 as far as when they called us out on the Facebook Live. They wanted
when Antonio Brown snitched on them about sick.
They wanted us in the Facebook Live, and we beat the guy in the championship game.
And then the following year.
And the following year, they kept on calling us out. They kept on saying, "Oh, we want New England. We want New England." After that week 15 loss they had in the Heinz Field, they kept calling us out. They kept calling us out. Yo, we want New England, and Jacksonville beat the hell out of them in the playoffs. Clippers was talking about the Lakers. Oh yeah, you did everything. All your moves you made during the season, you did it to combat the Lakers. You signed Reggie Jackson, which you didn't need. Honestly, you did it so Richie. You did it so the Lakers would have signed him. You signed Joakim Noah for what? He didn't play. For what? Why did you sign him for? For what? So the Lakers wouldn't have no any depth. You didn't use him. You know what I'm saying? What was the point? What was the point of name calling the Lakers, shouting them out, poking the bear, and look at them. They're going to the conference finals and the Nuggets, and you're staying home watching them.
Yeah, and they did it real easily too.
You know
They really gave up 2 games to series for no reason.
You beat, and you know what it is? When they beat the Lakers the first game in the regular season, everyone said, "Yeah, we're here. We're here."
On October.
In October, almost a year later. Oh, you're here, right? You're sitting on sitting on the
September right now.
You're sitting on the couch. Now I'm gonna watch them possibly go to the Western Conference Finals, because I'm not gonna disrespect the Denver Nuggets. You made it this far. I'm not gonna disrespect.
Oh, I am. They're gonna lose to the Lakers.
They'll lose to the Lakers, but I'm not gonna disrespect saying that all day.
They're still not that good to me either. I'm sorry. I know I like what you did and I appreciate it and it was really fun to watch, but no, you guys aren't all that.
So that being
they
said,
have some holes still.
Worry about your team and stop calling out other teams, and maybe it'll be good. And you know what makes it worse? You know what makes it more worse? The Golden State Warriors will be back next year. The Warriors are back next year. You realize that, right? So not only you have to deal with the Lakers and bum-ass Houston, we're not gonna deal with them.
No, they don't gotta deal with them at all. You gotta deal with your nemesis,
the
the Denver Nuggets, because you can't beat them.
You can't beat them. And you gotta deal with the Golden State Warriors, who took a year off.
And you gotta deal with the Mavericks, who will be healthy.
And the Mavericks, who will be healthy. You shot yourself in the foot. This was your chance to win. Y'all lost it. I'm done with these bums.
So let me go real quick. 3 X and O reasons. Now we're gonna go to real basketball stuff, not just us making fun of them. 3 reasons as to why they lost the series. 3 simple reasons.
Okay.
Reason number 1, you had no interior defense whatsoever, which was the reason why I said they weren't even going to be able to sniff the Lakers' boots in the first place. Because if you don't have an answer for LeBron and AD slashing, how the hell were you going to beat them? So that interior defense was completely exposed, and Jokic and everybody was cutting in very easily. When y'all decided to stop doubling Jokic and actually give him one-on-one and let him get into the paint, he just diced you up passing. Why? You're full of individual defenders, but your team defense is god awful. That is because of low management, and you guys need to play together. No rotations were absolutely disgusting. Everybody just went on their own man like if there's a street ball and didn't communicate together. So what was Jokic doing? When you went and doubled him, he became quarterback, who probably should play for the Denver Broncos, not because he low-key might be better than Drew Lock, not to disrespect Drew Lock, but he was putting dots that I don't see in basketball. Throwing it, diming it all day long. Why? Because no one was communicating enough to go cover, to go switch, to go on and do nothing. They didn't do that. That happened in the Mavericks series too, where Luka Doncic was pick and rolling them to death because they swore one-on-one was enough when they weren't doing any real rotations in their defense. This is one point that people don't seem to understand about NBA basketball now. There is no such thing as one-on-one defense in NBA anymore. That was a 1990s and before thing with isolation. Isolation was killed in the 2010s because of a one guy named Steph Curry. That shit doesn't work anymore. People are too good offensively to stop one-on-one anymore. It can't happen. The guys who we say are bums will kill anyone one-on-one more often than not. So you have to play correct team defense. Look at the Boston Celtics. They don't play one-on-one defense. They make great rotations. They communicate perfectly fine. And they know if they need to match up, they know who to match up what. And there is always a help defender lingering every time. Because they know how to play real NBA 2020, 2015, 2013 defense. It's like isolation ball died basically when Kobe left. That's basically when it went away and it was done. That doesn't happen anymore. It's over. Raptors, the same thing. They didn't play one-on-one. Kawhi Leonard never played one-on-one defense. It was team, collective defense is how they were able to stop Giannis, how I was able to box and one Steph Curry. Box and one is not one-on-one. Box on one is 5-on-1. That is what they were doing. There is no one-on-one defense anymore. That is dead. Miami's the same thing. Miami does not play one-on-one defense. No, how the best defensive teams are in the East. No, they don't play one-on-one defense.
They actually can double team your best player, and then by the time you double team and it's one by open, they can rotate.
They pick
it up quickly. It's like that. Eric Spoelstra hasn't been prepared. Who's a great coach, by the way. Who he doesn't get the credit he deserves.
He doesn't. Lakers do something very similar. Lakers don't play one-on-one defense like that. They don't. They sometimes do, and when they do, you see the points go up on the board. Just pay attention to that. And you watch the Houston series where they basically play 5 out, which is everybody spread around the 3-point perimeter. When they had Harden one-on-one, Harden was obliterating them. Eric Gordon was obliterating them. That was game 1. That's why they lost. Then you go on to the rest of the series. They didn't do that one-on-one bullshit anymore, now did they? They don't do one-on-one. Players nowadays are too good. Everyone is too skilled to defend one-on-one anymore. We don't have those Charles Oakley bums. All they did was get in the way and play defense. They don't got none of them players no more.
Wow.
They don't got them no more. Everybody has skill now. So you can't go one-on-one anymore. You have to play collective defense or you're getting shredded. Same thing with Golden State in this decade. They never played one-on-one defense. Everybody, even Curry himself, everyone switched on and off. So when people always say Klay Thompson got the best of perimeter offensive, no, they did. No, he did not. No, he did not. No, he did not. They switched. Him, Curry, Draymond will switch on and off all the time. Iguodala, Stone Livingston will go ahead and switch on and off on the guys. And I always have like a little, like a free safety. We'll have somebody watching and then pick up when they have to pick up. That's defense now. It's not one-on-one. One-on-one ball is dead. It's dead. It's gone. So stop it. And Clippers were playing defense like that, and that's why they continue to get shredded over and over again. Now, the third thing, they didn't have a real distributor in the team. I don't know if you guys noticed that. There's no real point guard in the team.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad you mentioned that, actually. Kawhi cannot lead a team on the floor, down the field like LeBron can.
He's not a distributor.
He had Kyle Lowry in Toronto. He had Tony Parker in San Antonio. He didn't have anybody here.
Also, Patrick Mills. He sucks, but he could distribute the ball. By the way, in San Antonio, everybody passes, not just the one guy. Everyone passed. That's the system.
Yeah.
Toronto, they had Fred VanVleet too, who can pass the ball. Marc Gasol's a great passing big. Kyle Lowry, like he said, they had passers. They had a good system. I'm saying now there is no good system because Doc Rivers isn't. And they had no distributor. Everybody was playing iso ball basically. There was no real flow. I know you guys saw it. There was no offensive flow in the Clippers. None. Because they don't have a distributor. They don't have a real system. So now that we said those three things and you guys saw it in the last 2 series, how in the hell you guys even thought that they were going to win a championship with a bogus ass freaking system, a bogus ass roster like that?
Not at all.
You all should be ashamed of yourselves too. I'm calling y'all out. Listen to us.
Like I did
We'll
say,
guide you.
Like I did say in the beginning of the show, in the intro, I said, we told you that this team was really, really bummy.
And we will say this. We didn't think they were going to lose. We said that they were going to win and they were going to lose to the Lakers. That's what we said. But they were so trash that they couldn't even meet our lowly expectations.
You know, crazy. They were talking about Battle of LA, Battle of LA. Well, that's not going to happen, as he's eloquently said in his video, which was hysterical, by the way. Hysterical. But nah, man, this is what it is. You know, it was a great day for me. Great night.
It was good. All right. So we spent 50 minutes destroying this team, and it was all worth it.
It was all
so let's go ahead and destroy Houston Rockets, by the way. Let's go do that real quick. It won't be anywhere near as long. We'll just take maybe 10 minutes max.
Houston Rockets were defeated by the Los Angeles Lakers, single-handedly destroyed by the by the Los Angeles Lakers. And it was so bad that D'Antoni did it again. Did it again. That bastard did it again. He told the Rockets he's not coming back next year. Basically, he's seen the writing on the wall. Yeah, we're about to get rid of you. We're about to be fired.
And we will explain to you the reason why that is at the end of this.
But
let's attack the players first.
Yeah, we'll get that in a second. We have somebody, Danielle House Jr., who wants to bring women into the bubble. And, you know...
you get to do a lot of that now.
Yeah, you wish you do a lot of that now. After the fact, you lost your... That's a whole other story right there. He comes there, and the people say that, we really missed him. He was balling out. He was balling out in the bubble.
He's part of the rotation.
But yeah, he was good. You know, she lost him because he wanted to bring women in the bubble, you know, do dumb stuff. You had that. Who else was? Austin Rivers is a bum, by the way. He's garbage. Complete garbage. You have Russell Westbrook. You know, in that game, Russell Westbrook, you know, the guy that, you know, can't shoot to save his life. You know that James Harden scored 30 points in Game 5. The second leading scorer was Westbrook with 9 points. 9 points.
He's so trash that he put up 30 like the game before, and he was still garbage putting up that 30 points. That's how you know someone sucks.
30 points
Buns.
For James Harden, and the second leading scorer was Westbrook with 9 points.
He sucks.
You thought that was going to be the Lakers? What?
He sucks. He's horrible.
PJ Tucker couldn't shoot.
Yeah, he completely sucked all freaking playoffs.
He could not shoot a corner three, which is the shortest 3-point shot on the court. He couldn't make none of them. Couldn't make none of that.
The only good player was Robert Covington.
Robert Covington balled out. And James Harden, and you know what it is, James Harden, you win all the MVPs, all the scoring titles, all you want. But we're going to remember this. Your playoff resume is
absolutely god awful,
dreadful. But he's an all-time player, though.
No, he's not.
No, I'm talking about. That's what
I know. That's what I'm saying. No, he's not.
He's an all-time player, though.
No, he's not. He's a loser. He's a loser. It's the writing is so clear on the wall. It's like writing on this wall with a black marker. He's a loser. He's proven that every single mother trucking year since he got traded over there 8 years ago. He's a loser.
It's been that long. Damn.
Yeah, and he's been a trash bum ass player in the playoffs since the finals he played and he was garbage. You know, that's a sign right there.
I want to ask the Houston Rockets owner, since you so eloquently pretty much allowed D'Antoni to leave, why not fire Daryl Morey?
And let's transition to that. Because I don't even feel like talking about Westbrook and Harden anymore. They suck, whatever. Especially Westbrook. Jesus Christ, I did it here.
Yeah.
So that Daryl Morey is the real reason as to why all of this happened the way it happened. First of all, you have no bigs, and you thought that was gonna work. That's cute. You with your analytics, scientific data all over your damn basketball. You went and decided to make literally a 3 or die team because all your that you were trying to do beforehand completely backfired. Obviously, if you watch any type of actual basketball in the last ever, that doesn't work.
Like, didn't you watch Moneyball? Why do you think the Oakland Athletics suck in baseball? Why do you think they're great? They're a pretty decent regular season team. They suck when it comes to postseason.
I think Baltimore.
Yeah, for real.
Scientific data. Yeah, right. You want to use all the numbers? Okay, cool. And then when real man games happen later on, you get punched in the throat every time.
AD.
Maybe you should get players who can actually play real basketball and not scientific data all the time.
AD was scoring at will on you guys.
What he's supposed to do.
Like he's supposed to do. It was
Yeah, it's the reason why it's hard to talk about this because it's kind of old now and it's like
it's redundant because they're not gonna do anything about it.
Yeah, they're not.
And then you traded Chris Paul away, right? Who actually turned out to completely backfire you as well because
it should have backfired all the way, but
it didn't backfire completely because.
But Billy Donovan's a piece of shit.
Which part?
Oh yeah, I was right. I told you. Goodbye.
Yeah,
it sucks.
Yeah, they fired him too.
Another thing I could glow about.
Yeah, so it just doesn't make any sense. This is why the Houston Rockets are competing to be where they are, just a high-power regular season team. We don't even know who will be the coach next year. It doesn't even matter. The point is that you guys suck, and James Harden cannot get you to the promised land.
Obviously,
he cannot. And now you're stuck with
more of a leader than Leonard, though. But obviously,
he is. He's stuck with that bad contract with Westbrook. Damn, man, this is.
Yeah, you're paying 3 players $100 million. 3 players. 2 of them are getting 40 each, and the others getting damn near 20, and they're recorded. What? Are you kidding me? The fact that they traded for Westbrook is still to this day boggles my mind. When you are a scientific data team, and y'all went and got a guy who sucks, who can't shoot, can't do anything. Daryl Morey needs to go. He's been the GM, I believe, since 2007. Obviously, his philosophies are bogus and garbage and don't belong anywhere in the league anymore. He needs to go away. Which then, if that happens, you do realize that the entire team needs to blow up, right? I'm just saying, including James Harden needs to go somewhere. Until they completely start this franchise all over again. But they're not going to do that. So.
But there is a situation where with D'Antoni not being there anymore, a lot of y'all players in this team will not be there either. Because you
shouldn't.
There's no use for you being there anyway. But it's just sad, it's
not sad, it's hilarious to me.
It's sad if you're a fan of them because your team is just like I said, this is a reoccurring thing. Bad franchises will continue to be bad, no matter how good they do in playoffs or regular season, whatever.
They always find a way to mess it up.
They'll always find a way to mess it up, and the Houston Rockets are not an exception. They are the rule.
Mm-hmm.
The Clippers are the rule.
I think the Kings of that.
So
the Bucks lost. There's not much to say, especially that's also very old because they got beat so fast that it's old news now.
And so convincingly.
Yeah.
But I want to say.
But what we're gonna say, we talk in a minute. What I'm gonna say is that we told you.
We did.
The last episode that we had for NBA, we told you exactly why this was gonna happen and why it did happen. Why they were down 2-0, and why we said they were going to lose. I think we said that. I'll correct myself if anything. I'll put it on the screen right now. But we told you why it's gonna happen, and it happened, and it happened quickly.
It did.
So, again, you should listen to us more. I'm just saying, it's not like we're right all the time or anything.
We've been wrong a couple times, but just
I don't know that at all.
Most of it is common sense. Just get common sense. You understand. My take on this was this. I don't want to hear that y'all have to say. People talking about, oh, he's gonna stay, he's gonna leave. He was a team built around him and everything. I don't want to hear that. I really don't want to hear it. Okay? Because these players have proven that you can't trust anything they say. But that's neither here
and vice versa.
Yeah. Either way is that. The Milwaukee Bucks are overrated as hell too. They are. They would even if they were to be good past Miami, they wasn't beating Boston or they wasn't beating Toronto. They weren't. And then what have they done in the bubble to show you that they could?
No, they struggled the entire bubble.
They're horrible. You know what I'm saying? It's what it is.
It's down to Giannis expands his game, or they get a player who could give you a basket when you need it, because Chris Middleton obviously can't. They're gonna always be this mediocre, overrated, winning 60 games plus, but then folding the playoffs team.
Yeah.
That's simple. There's nothing to say about them. It's really not. Everybody knows. You've seen it.
Yeah.
Right in the wall.
We're done with you.
We can end this right now because game 1 started yesterday. It was wonderful. I have no idea who the hell is winning the series. I'm picking Boston in 7.
Yes.
So
I'm glad you mentioned that. We have to talk about that too.
Yeah, go please.
Now for this game against the Celtics and the Heat, it's gonna be a very fun series. But we have to address the letter from the room. Kemba Walker has not played well as of late. He's been
the last
struggling.
3 games straight.
He
Or
has
something like
not
that.
been good. And I said this on Facebook, and I'm gonna say this too. If Marcus Smart did not play well in the Toronto series, we lose that series in 6. Sorry about that. Yeah. Marcus Smart, literally, even though he can't like consistently score 20 points a game and everything, but he amazing defensively. Defensively, he's one of the best defenders in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Kemba needs to, really, really get it going right now because Hayward's gone.
Yeah, we don't know what the hell.
We don't know what's gonna happen to him right now, but for the most part, the team is playing pretty well defensively, doing pretty well and everything. They gotta stop blowing leads. They had a 15-point lead in early third quarter. At least the 15-point lead early third quarter, game 1, and they shot it down and came back. It was just damn. You know what I'm saying? You gotta continue to score offensively. I feel like Kemba Walker is just not gelling.
Here's the thing though. You were up 13 in the fourth quarter, something like that.
Yeah.
Just hold on next time. Miami doesn't get blown out. That's not a thing. They don't get beat up.
They're too well coached.
Yeah, it doesn't happen. So you you have to close. That's what they have to do.
It's closed out.
But remember this: after another game or two, they're going to adjust to whatever got did in the game 1.
So me personally, I believe the Celtics will win 7 games, but this is going to be a very hard fought series.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to be, and I think, Bam.
With that ridiculous block, my God.
The Celtics have a lot of trouble with rebounding and they have trouble with depth.
Yeah, he's a
At
problem.
5, they got to make adjustments for him quickly because he will exploit that weakness. They had that weakness for years now. They don't have a consistent big that can really put up points and rip and trap. Yeah, Tyson's good. I like Tyson. I can take him a lot. I like Robin Williams is good too. But and Cantor when he plays, he does
can't
play.
defend, so he's
unplayable. So he's unplayable. And that's a problem. So think about it. Bam was destroying them offensive rebounds, killing it in the fourth quarter in offensive rebounds. So we gotta clean that up. I think they will. It's gonna be a long fought series for the Eastern Conference.
Another Game 7 series.
Which nobody expected this to happen.
Nope.
Nobody. And we'll see. I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to definitely this series because not everybody gonna take. Let's be honest. Not everyone gonna take the Denver Nuggets and Lakers seriously.
I was about to say that's not gonna be a tough series at all. The most will go 6, and I'm only giving the Nuggets 1 game. The Lakers will beat them in 5 games. But I could see it going 6, but I'm giving them 5.
Yeah. But other than that,
yeah, we're done.
This was fun.
Yeah, we'll see after 1 week how the NBA is. If nothing's happened, if this is gonna go 7 or whatever, maybe we'll skip the week again and just wait till the round is over. But in the finals, we'll probably do an episode. I will say almost as many times as there are games to really give you an in-depth look as to what's going on with the NBA Finals games. But otherwise, we may skip this. We'll see if they give us a reason to continue to record the NBA.
Yeah. Well, that being said, like, share, subscribe. We're on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, iHeartradio, Google Play Radio.
Yeah, we gave y'all mad
Stitcher
content
Radio,
today.
At Podcast Dynasty on
Shoot.
Twitter. We are on the Facebook group. Check out the Facebook group, Sports Dynasty Podcast Facebook group. We're on Instagram, and we have a website, www.sportsdynastypodcast.com. Make sure you subscribe to the website to get our content that we pull up. Now, like he said before, he's still working progress with that website. We're still learning how to make it better for everybody. So work with us. It's going to be fun and everything. Also, we have a Sports Dynasty Podcast business Facebook page. Make sure you like the page, and we're going to put a lot of stuff on there too as well. We're trying to build the brand to as big as it can be, and we appreciate your support for all you guys do supporting us for the last year or so, and we really do appreciate it. And by that being said, and by the way, I hope you enjoyed the poem that I read, that I recited early this thing. I did a really good job of that. I was a lot retarded now. So, that being said, peace.